have been worse. We could have signed him on a 4-year contract, Jaffa, you know what I mean?
I mean, it's funny. I was looking at the transfer market today, auction. He's down as our most expensive player at 16 million value, and he's not even our player. I mean, he's got nothing to do with us. I mean, I know Man United. I don't even know what they paid for him. What was it, 30 million or something?
I think it's not as much as that, but I think they paid about maybe 16 million, and then there's add-ons, and I don't think Man United will ever pay it for him.
37 million.
I don't think that was the transfer up front.
No. The transfer fee was 18 million with the rest and add-ons there spread there 5 years, it says, depending on what appearances he makes and what Champions League, etc. I'll be quite honest, he's not even worth 17,000, never mind 17 million.
But no, listen, it's a great point talking about the young lad Diallo, because look, there was Sunday. We went back to what we already had, which was Scott Wright, and we brought him on with Davis. That was the substitution for Ramsey on Sunday.
Aye, I mean, they obviously wanted pace in the team when they took Ramsey off. I mean, which is surprising because you wouldn't say that Ramsey was quick, would you, GFK?
No, definitely no.
You know?
It is what it is with Ramsey. Will he play for us again this season? That we'll have to see if that happens. He's been a right disappointment. I think we can all agree on that. I was surprised with Scott Wright, but I thought he changed the game along with Stephen Davis. I just wish Stephen was 5 years younger. What a player. What a head he's got on him. He showed that the maturity of the player he is, that how he can control things in the midfield. It was Kevin Thompson summed it up brilliantly after the game. He says Stephen Davis there was just a Rolls Royce of a player. Can't he say any more than that?
Aye, he's a quarterback, isn't he?
Tremendous.
Aye, that makes sense. Chaffer?
Yep. No, he's brilliant, Ox. He's different class. He's just and you know what's great about Stephen Davis, and I know we've seen it and we've been used to seeing it. He brings the best out in everybody else round about him. He just, everybody else starts a level of calmness, and the positional strength, sense that they take up was just brilliant. I mean, we had some unbelievable performances on Sunday. Calvin Bassey was on Tom Rogic. It was like an albatross around his neck. He was just strangling him every time he got the ball, wasn't he?
Oh well, I thought I take my hats off to the coaching staff. They knew what the problem was. They had a plan to combat it. Calvin Bassey got there within 30 seconds, and the other guy ended up disappearing. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Yeah. So all right, we got it wrong the last time, and we made sure we never got it right. We criticised after that game for not being aware of that, but you've got to congratulate them, GFK, for getting it right.
Of course, we done the same with the Dortmund game. He changed it in the Dortmund game, and we got a fantastic result. And he could see what was happening there. They weren't threatening us in that midfield. I mean, Big Lundstrom was battering everything in front of him and doing it legally. I don't believe I was rubbish, But fantastic. But he saw that we needed a bit of pace in there, so obviously he put young Scott Wright and Stephen Davis into the team. And you could see right away, we just upped a gear a wee bit. And we ran out of attack with him. I mean, you've got to remember, the only time that John McLaughlin touched the ball was when he took it at the back of the net. Really? That was all he did. They never had a save to make. So that tells it all for me that we controlled the game. And the offside goal they scored was against the run of play, as far as I'm thinking about it. No, the gaffer got it right. He got it right on the day. And let's hope for a helicopter Sunday, the last game of the season.
You never know. You never know.
You never know.
You never know. You never know. But
nine games to go, lads.
We've got some roller coaster. We've got a semi-final, a Scottish Cup final, and this journey it just keeps rolling. And who's to say we've got everything crossed to see we get through against Leipzig, and then we've got 2 finals in 4 days. Jeez, Jaffa, come on.
I know, mental stuff, Ox. But I mean, what a place! What a place! What a performance by the team! I mean, everybody involved, fans included. I mean, Ibrox is absolutely rocking, isn't it? Now, see those Thursday nights. I mean, you're up, you're down, it's brilliant. It's absolutely. I heard Bridge talking about his legs. You know, he just recovered and get back to normal for being the bouncy. It's brilliant, really is amazing, Ox. And it's not over. Yeah, I mean, we've got a lot of football to play yet. As I said, potentially 9 games still to go in the season. And I agree with you, Jimmy. I'm saying very little on the league. I'm just going to let it unfold. Saying nothing on it. Just keep doing what we're doing. The seed of doubt's been sown now. Let happen what will happen. Let it all unfold, and we'll see where we end up.
Yeah. Aye, I'm not greedy. I like underdogs, so I want Rangers and Villarreal to win the 2 European trophies.
Yeah. Aye, I'll have that. Take that all day.
You know, I'll say it again, and I don't mean to be flippant, but if we get to that final, Christopher JFK, kitchen.
Oh, God, of course it is. It's 100%, mate, you know. And that's what it's all about, and it, make the most of it. Oh, the kitchen.
I heard they're bringing out a flying range, Ox.
What was that, mate?
I heard they're bringing out a flying range, like an airport range.
They will, aye. I think they're going to bring sleep suits out when you get them. When you go on the plane, get it when you come off, you get to change your clothes, then you get your sleep suit when you come back on the plane to return. You know, but aye, well, fair play. You pays your money, you takes your chance.
Aye, definitely.
Well, they've signed the deal. They've got the paperwork, haven't they? They've got the contract.
You know, I don't know. If you'd have said to me, we've been doing this show for a while, and we've had some real rough times, bad results, couldn't believe some of the performances. You know, Stevie G came in. If you'd have said to me we'd a chance of getting to a European final within 4 years of the hedge, less than 4 years of the hedge, Jimmy, I thought you were nuts.
Of course I would, mate. I mean, the journey we've been on since 2012 has been absolutely horrendous at times, but it's a journey that we've all followed well, and with the dignity that all the Rangers fans have. But if you'd have said to me 3 years ago, even that we'll get into a chance of getting into a European final, I'd have locked you up in a wee dark room. Absolutely wonderful. It's I've got to be honest. I mean, I'm only 65 this year, but I never actually thought I'd ever see Rangers in another European final. And I think this is a chance that we've got. But let's not say we're going to win it. But we've got a good chance of winning it. So we're in it to win it, as they say. So yeah, let's hope the journey continues. You know, what an end to the season we could have. You know, it's dreamland, mate. It's brilliant. It's absolutely fantastic.
The home tie, Jaffer, will be obviously sold out very, very quickly. And what do you reckon that's worth? 4 million. 4 million.
Oh, he's got to be Ox.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
I mean, I don't know. I think I've read over the weekend there that current earnings, including ticket sales, are somewhere between 25 and 30 million currently. I mean, that's staggering.
For the UEFA run?
For the UEFA run, yeah. For the European run this year. I think we're currently sitting about 12.8 million earnings, I think it is, from prize money. And then ticket sales on top of that for all the actual league matches from earlier on, and then where we are at the moment. And obviously we've got the semi-final game. And then whenever, I don't know what happens with the final tickets. I don't know. Do we get a cut of that? I don't know, Ox. It's beyond me even now.
Well, on this stage, just going back quickly, talking about semi-finals, 1972, we played Barcelona in one of the most famous games at Ibrox, if we're being honest. JFK, yeah, 2-0.
2-0 against Bayern Munich, mate. What a night that was. 90,000 at that game. There was a couple of pictures up there.
80 or 90,000 paid to get in.
I know. I'll try to see if I can think pick myself out. I was in the old centenary stand, and I think I was owned by Neil McCauley for Partick Shooters. I've not grown much in say days. I was only about 5'2" then, but
It would have still been the old terracing, and it would have been the shed rather than the stand, yeah.
Aye. Well, where the centenary stand ended up, aye. Absolutely wonderful night. Great memories. What a journey. And this Rangers team's taken us on a similar journey, and it's no ended yet. So let's hope for more. Well, obviously,
was that the night Alec McDonald sat in the ball, lads?
No, Willie Johnson sat.
Willie Johnson
sat in the ball. Willie Johnson.
Come on, Jaffa, you're going to come on here, do your homework.
But aye, so they were fantastic nights, and I've got some. I mean, look, we don't want to dwell in that. There's that the league might or might not be gone, but no, we can take defeat in the chin. No, we've not got a glass chin, but at least we go doing with dignity. So let's see what the end of the season brings us, and if we end up with some couple of results going our way, then something could happen. But it's great to be in the position. Scottish Cup final, first chance of winning a cup trophy, one of the for 11 years. So let's hope that we win that, and then two big cup finals in space of a week. Oh, that'd be fantastic. That'd be absolutely wonderful. Oh. Rangers playing in the Orange Land, eh?
When is that? It's a few weeks away. I don't know. I need a
21st of May, mate.
I know. It's not that long, mate.
No.
I need a new liver.
21st of May.
And 18th of May for the European.
The UEFA.
Yeah. A week of that. Oh, Fox has said we'll do the show live for Bella Medina.
Aye.
Oh, your beauty.
That's what he said. Yeah.
No,
that sounds magic.
That'll
be stuff. That was on the beach as well.
Put it this way, it'll be some water hole. Anyway, get yourself on mute. Oh, he's just called me a few names, but that's what he did say. So if he said it, it must be true. Get yourself on mute, because we're going to have a tune.
give us a call on 0141 356 1972. It's your show. It's your platform. Let's hear from you.
A wee penny whistles and Piccolo's going there. That was good.
Piccolo, JFK,
Piccolo, aye. Piccolo and penny whistles, that. Aye, it wasn't a flute involved there. Although, yeah, I mean, I suppose a piccolo definitely is a flute, but aye, different type of flute. That was lovely. Enjoyed that. Talking of flutes,
good.
Yeah, talking of flutes, can I just say once again that the Big Stevie, my good friend, the Drumchapel Protestant Boys flute band are having a fundraising gig on the Saturday, the 30th of April, with a Loyalist disco and a young Pollock Loyalist flute band at the Wee Rangers Club. So it's a $5 at the door. Get yourself along. Will be a great night.
Yeah. Happened to be in the company of a couple of the lads on Sunday night up Trinity, celebrating with a certain watering hole.
Good stuff.
Right, where are we now? Right, okay. Is this the calm before the storm, Jaffa? Is the storm starting?
It's for my bank account, Ox.
Right, okay, explain.
try to pay for hotels and tickets and flights in Leipzig, mate. Yep. So according to my financial department here, it's the calm before the storm.
All right, okay, I see where you're coming from. Yeah, my phone's been busy with flights the last day or so, mate. Different places, people want to go places, and if things pan out, we'll do this, we'll do that. It's been fun, JFK.
It has. As I said earlier on at the start of the show, I had a delightful lunch with my good friend Southside today in a nice establishment. It was 5-star plus. I made a right good chat about that, and yeah, he's the same as yourself, Jaffa, trying to organise flights and tickets and things like that, and it does obviously take its toll, but you know something, as Southside says to me, it's worth it to go and see the Rangers play in Europe. So yeah, look, we go everywhere and anywhere. That's the song says, isn't it? Follow. So it's going to be interesting, you know, how many get to Seville once we do get there, hopefully. That will be absolutely fantastic. So there'll be a few places maybe shut down. Might have even shut down permanently, but maybe we'll get back. Yeah, it's a calm before the storm, because depending what happens in the first leg and take it back to Ibrox, Oxford and win the tie and get to Seville, oh my God, what an achievement. Even brings palpitations to my heart even thinking about it. It's absolutely wonderful, I'm going to ask you guys a question. In 72, I mean, was there in 72, and it was a different generation then. But in 2008, when we got there in Manchester, would you feel a bit different for now than you did for the Manchester thing, guys? Have you got more confidence, or do you feel inside it that this can be done? Are you apprehensive?
I'll give you my own thoughts. When we went through in penalty kicks against Fiorentina, at the time I thought my name might be on the cup.
Yeah.
And the night before, I think it was the night before we played Fiorentina, I'd watched the game when they beat, I think it was Bayern Munich they beat, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was, aye.
They hammered them, and I thought, they look not a bad side. But I just felt we could win this at the time. I knew it wasn't going to be pretty if we were going to win it, but I got a feeling at the time my name was on the cup. Did the best football team win the final? Arguably it did. Was it a disappointment? Aye, it was, because we knew we could have played better, but it was still some achievement. And do I feel more confident? No, I don't. To answer your question, Jimmy.
No,
I can't. I just in life I'm usually a glass half full guy, but when they put 4 minutes up on the clock on Sunday, I thought that was 20 minutes.
I felt like 20 minutes.
I don't on all these things the best. So am I confident? No. Am I hopeful? Yes. I said I'd dream when we go to the quarterfinals, and we did, and I'm still dreaming. Jaffa?
A wee bit more. I'm just pragmatic in respect to it, Jimmy. I think the way we've got to the achievement already has been astonishing. I think the team deserve an enormous amount of credit, so do the players, to get us this far. But when you get, it's like everything, any cup competition that you play in football, or any sport, I guess, but in particular football, because that's your sport. When you get to this stage, the players, the minds will start to wander. Of course they will, because they'll think, wait a minute, because you believe in yourself all of a sudden. You think, we've got this far. And I think the players will believe they can get to the final. I do. I'm just more pragmatic. I just want to take a game at a time and see where it takes us.
Right.
We've got the first game to go to in Leipzig. Just go out and just take a game at a time. Go out and put a performance in. Just go out and do what they've been doing. Like I said, I went to Braga. They've done a job on Braga. I take my hat off to Van Bronckhorst. I didn't see it, and then why should I see it? Because why would you give all your cards away? He plays his cards close to his chest. But they've done a job on them. They played the game out there differently for the way what they played at Ibrox. And I suspect they'll probably... I've watched every game they've played in Europe this year. Leipzig, they do look a decent team. But so do we. So I said the other night there, I think it's a 50-50 tie. And I believe that. I think it is a 50-50 tie. They're a good team, but so are we. Mm. So let battle commence, and we'll see where it takes us. It's all going to come down to heart on the night. And we'll see where we end up. But we've got a great chance, I know that.
JFK, I don't think it is a 50-50 tie. I see it slightly different. I think the other team are slight favourites.
Right.
Due to the standard of the opposition, they play week in, week out. Yeah. I've got them 60-40.
Right.
Yeah, I think they're favourites. But if I'm being honest, I had us 90-10 against Dortmund. So.
Right. See, I'm like yourself. I was doing a lap on her at Ibrox in front of 60,000-70,000 with the 2008 Europa League. I honestly thought that we could win it. I felt the same as yourself, Oxia. This term, I agree with you. I'll go with 60-40. I maybe know doing probably a lot of Rangers fans doing myself any good, but be actually watching. Leipzig, I watched them the other night there, and they looked good. Got another good result there, and they're into third in the Bundesliga, so they're no mugs. So I'm going for a 60-40, maybe even pushing in 70-30 in their favour, Oxia. But like Jaffa, we've got a good team when they perform in Europe. We know that. But this I think is the one to test us. And let's see what happens. And if we can get to the final, then that'd be absolutely wonderful. But I'm yourself, 60-40, 70-30, and then Leipzig's favour, mate. I've got to be honest about that. And that's not been defeatist. That's been realistic. Like yourself, Dortmund was probably 80-20 for me, and we come through it.
Aye, exactly. And by the way, if I'm being honest, Jaffa, in 2008, I think we were a 60-40, maybe better to get through against Fiorentina, and we did.
Yep. Oh, absolutely. Aye, listen, we all see it. Well, we just see the way we see it and call it. That's the great thing about this show, Ox, and we hope we're discussing with football. That's just partly my head and how I would approach it personally. If I was, if I was in the dressing room, I'd just want to go out and get the game on and do the job what you're told to do with your manager and your coach and play your game. And just hope that guys like Calvin Bassey and listen, how many players did we have on the park on Sunday? We used all the substitutes, didn't we? So it's a massive team effort, and it's going to need that again to get us through these two ties. So it's down to all the players, and they'll all be saying that to each other. I'm sure they'll all be right up for it. So I've got no doubt we've got a chance, that's for sure.
Yeah. Still dreaming. Talking about somebody who's always right up for it. We've been joined by Andy Felix.
Yeah. Good evening, guys.
He always gets you, Andy. He always gets you.
He does. I just keep laughing, you know what I mean? Doesn't bother me. I said to some of the guys, like, I'm going to give my liver a rest for a week, but when we beat knocked them out of the cup today, I thought, I'll have a couple tonight as well, just to celebrate the wee team. So, yeah.
When I put in for a liver, I'm going to eat yours, Andy. That's the kind of
luck. Oh, you'll know one, mine.
Good.
Listen, you see, on the semi-final here, look, if we go over there and come back in the tie, and that crowd behind that team, anything can happen. That's what I'll say there. I'm really pleased with the way we played on Sunday. I thought we should. That's what you expect of Rangers teams, and right from the off there, if Ramsey had given the right ball to Kent, we could have been 1-up straight away. The turning point came obviously when they hit the bar. Usually when we go down, we usually start feeling sorry for ourselves. There was none of that, and absolutely fantastic. Now that Ramsey's injured, I would like to think that Davis might figure a wee bit more. As I said to you a couple of weeks ago there, I think he could be, pivotal, in the remainder of the season. He just brings that calmness to the team. I know he's getting old and it's probably his last season, but, we've got aspirations of winning a couple of cups here and, seeing what could happen in the league. Davis could be a big, big part in that, in my opinion, But absolutely delighted. I was delighted for all the fans, all you guys up there at the game and all that. It was great. I mean, Christ, I nearly took the roof of my house and the atmosphere sounded brilliant. I'd like to thank Terry for helping me out with the game as well, right enough, I won't pay for that Irish channel. No chance. It's absolutely fantastic,
Yeah.
Sometimes
just a wee thing.
Where you are. Remember where you are.
Aye. Just a wee treble in my own Oxshire. I should have mentioned at the start. My local team, Yoker, are into the Junior Cup final. They beat Petershill 2-1 in the semi-final. So they play in the final at Rugby Park on the 5th of June.
Who's managing them, the Yoker?
Oh, can't remember. Gordon Roberts. Gordon Roberts. I think it's Gordon Roberts. I'll come to me.
Right.
But so.
Your treble next.
Well, Jokers. I can walk into Yoker Stadium for 3 minutes from my housemate. So I've been to a couple of games. They play one of the biggest junior cup. I know we're digressing a bit about Rangers now, but they play one of the biggest teams in junior football, which is Auchinleck Talbot.
Right. So they're going as underdogs, is that what you're saying?
Well, going as underdogs. The last time they played in the final was against Benburb in 1936. I know that for a fact because a couple of
big achievement then, Jimmy.
Aye, well, I see they're my Yoker team. Local
Sam English's old team. Sam English's old team, Yoker.
Yep, that's right. Aye, well, that was a good bit of trivia there, mate. Aye, so just I know it's a digress a wee bit for Rangers, but Yoker's my local team, so Junior Cup final. So look forward to that.
Another day.
Another day. How about a toy?
With a toy. Come ahead.
Come ahead. You're a toy.
Andy. Sunday was a special day for the support, but the players reacted, and all right, we could have easily lost again. We know that, and we'd have been disappointed. But they did give us everything they had, considering the circumstances for Thursday night.
Yeah, well, look, for me, I said to Shunks today, I was like an old-fashioned Old Firm game for me. Like we got stuck in there. I asked in the pre-match, stick one on. As you know, I've always said, stick them on them. Let's see what they're made of. And I've got to. Well, I've been getting a lot of sticks, so I better say to the WhatsApp and to Alec Chins there, I've got to eat a bit of humble pie with that. I'll even call him Big John now.
What did you call him? Big John New?
Aye. But he's come on really fantastic. He seems to really got it, doesn't he? And as I say, you know what I thought about him. I've levered him from start to finish right enough. I'll hold my hands up. Like I'll just criticise on what I saw at the time and what I'm seeing now. I don't believe I'm going to say this, but the Rangers could be building the midfield around him. I mean, he was out the door practically at Christmas, and look how he's come back, and I've got nothing but admiration for him there. I've got to be honest there.
He's grown into a leader.
Well.
He's grown into a leader. I don't know if you noticed the pointing and shouting and ball he was doing on Sunday, mate.
Yes, I did that. I thought Bassey had a strange game. Sometimes you look, he's got a bit of a problem here, but that run right at the end there, put that ball across for Sashin to score. Like I know they say it came off him, but not for me. He was a Rangers player. we'll give them nothing, do we?
But,
we scored it ourselves.
Big Shirley is going to do things in his speed. I'll go to Jaffa, then Jimmy can come in with some. He's going to do things that are just unbelievable, get you out of trouble. That pace and power of his is unbelievable. And he's going to do things. But there's other times when he's going to look like Bambi and Ice with a pot at his feet. And I think that's just the kind of player he's going to be, But he gives you everything. Jaffa.
That's exactly right, Ox. And that description is exactly what Calvin Bassey at this moment in time. Because bearing in mind, I think we forget he's still a young lad. He'll develop and he'll progress his game. But I'll tell you what, compared to even where he's come from 12 months ago, when he started breaking into our team to where he is now, he's come on a hell of a lot. He's brilliant. I agree with you. He does bomb scare at times, but the pace gets him out of bother. He gets the wrong side of guys. His positional strength's still a wee bit suspect. A wee bit. But he's still invaluable to have in the team. That pace getting you up the park. That run. What was that run like? Did you see James Forrest try to keep up with him? That wee neck he has. It was just... it was unbelievable. It was absolutely brilliant. Calvin Bassey with a game and a half. Did you see the bit, lads, where he was going to go over and help one of the Celtic players and John Lundstrom was giving him an earful, telling him, leave him alone, let him die.
You know what was even funny? I see when that goal went in and he ran to the crowd, Bassey. Sakala didn't know what he did.
No. That's what he did. And the thing about the only thing I was disappointed with that, Ox, was he actually, I'm surprised he did default those advertising boards. He actually put his hand on it and kind of half faulted it. I thought he was just going to keep on running. I thought he was going for a fire. He'd saw Big Stevie or something like
that. What a run it was. What a run. Considering the time of the game and all that. But listen, I'm being honest about Calvin. I think he's turning into a cult figure, JFK, and fans love him, didn't he?
Oh, mate, absolutely, 100%. And I agree with you're saying. He'll either be absolutely world beating or he'll be a Bambi and Ice. But to run like the way he did so late in the game was that Usain Bolt wouldn't have caught him, mate. It was absolutely, couldn't believe it sitting watching it. The speed and the desire to get to that line and get the ball across. Absolutely wonderful, and he's becoming a cult hero, and let's hope that continues, in the coming seasons. But what a wonderful player, fearless in the tackle as well. We all know we like players that can get in. So we've got two in the team as it stands now, and Big John, and now we've got Shirley. So don't mess with they two, and absolutely wonderful run. As I say, Usain Bolt would have struggled to catch him, never mind wee Nanek.
Andy, some desire, wasn't it? Some desire.
Oh, without a doubt. They just they looked totally up for it. And what I really was impressed with them, really made my heart feel proud, was we lost the goal. There was no head doing it right. We're coming back. We're going to get this. We're coming back for you. We're not out of this game. We're coming for you. And, the fact that we went into extra time, and we were far the better team in extra time. I don't care what anybody says. They didn't trouble us at all. I liked the keeper coming off the line as well. He was commanding. I think that gave confidence to the back line in a daft kind of way. Big McLaughlin shouted, "This is my ball," and the defence went away and let him do what he had to do. That was fantastic. That's the question. So I'm going to ask you as well. The way we come out and got stuck into it like the old-time Rangers there, we got winning every tackle, like a dog with a bone. Do you think Gio will employ that more in other games? Because it goes against the grain of who he plays, doesn't it?
No, I don't. I think it was just horses for courses, the nature of the games. There to be, you've got to win your individual battles, whereas the vast majority of games we go out in, we know we're going to dominate the ball. We know we're going to dominate the other team, and it's about putting the ball in the back of the net. Whereas that was a real cup tie that you're up against a team that you're not going to dominate as much as most of the teams in Scotland. Jaffa.
Yeah, I agree with you, Ox. And I think, Andy, if we, and I'm sure you'll agree with this, if we play like that in Europe against the Leipzig, we would probably have 3 or 4 players sent off, putting in some of those tackles that we put in European football. The referees wouldn't tolerate those kind of challenges and that kind of bloodthirst game, thunder.
I was talking about in Scotland, Jaffer. I was meaning in Scotland. That Shug said the same as you in Ox. Like he said, no, he'll not employ that. So he'll be laughing at the other side saying, "You're at it, Andy."
No, and I agree with what the lads are saying. I think it's different horses, different games, but I don't think he'll play like that against, for example, Motherwell at Fir Park, because I think we're too technical and we've got too many ballers on the team. There's too many creative guys in the team like Aribo and stuff like that. He wants to get those kind of guys on the ball and get the ball to Kent, get it out to the flanks. Again, going back to some of the things that we're chatting about, Bomber Barisic had a great game on Sunday as well. Getting those balls, getting the balls into the box early again, Ox, are really benefiting us just now. And we're getting a lot of joy off that.
But I'm going to give Andy some credit. It's unusual at GFK, but right. But no, give some credit. What that message sends out to other teams in Scotland is they're not going to come and bully us, and that's a good string to have in your bow.
Yeah, well, that's what I was thinking, Ox, because at the end of the day, that's in there now. So if it does get rough and tumbling games, get stuck in and bang, let them know. I like that kind of football. That's the way I was always brought up to play. It's good. You get hammered enough for the opponent, but you also get it back and you get up at the end of the day, shake hands, and away you go. You can't do that these days. I know that right enough.
So I shouldn't laugh. I've just had a text and I can't tell you who it's for, but he said, "Don't the football you were on good at was table football." That's what he said.
Is that to me?
I think he's having a go at your size, Andy.
Oh, listen. You ask Shugs where he comes on. I was a decent player at a good level. Believe me.
You can guess who sent that message, right?
Well,
okay. I've got something I want to read to you. I've found an article on one of the Rangers sites on Follow, and I just want to get your opinions on this. It actually surprised me when you seen it in print. And the title of the article I found on Friday was the greatest club story in football at present. And I thought, okay, what's this about? I'll have a quick read at it. And when you put it into context, when you see the written word, go to Jaffa, then GFK, then your good self, Andy, right? And I'll get the article up and read it all. I just want to get through some of the headlines on it, yeah? Over the past 4 years, Rangers have continued to improve year on year in the European stage. Yeah, this is before Sunday, remember this guy. After Thursday night, convincing victories, right, when I read these off: Braga, Red Star, Dortmund, Sparta, Porto, Brøndby, William II, Galatasaray, Standard Liège, Lech Poznan, Antwerp, Feyenoord, Legia, Midtjylland, Rapid, FC Ufa, Maribor, Osijek, and unbeaten over 2 legs against Villarreal and Benfica. Over the 4 years since we started on the journey with the two managers, Stevie G and Gio, we spent less than 30 million, yeah. Over the same 4 year period, West Ham have spent over 300 million, Frankfurt 114 million, and Leipzig have spent over 285 million. 23 players who were in our matchday squad on Thursday night cost just over 16 million to bring in with the last 4 years. Yeah. We're in the semi-final of a competition that included Barca, Lyon, Porto, Sevilla, Leverkusen, Atalanta, Betis, Galatasaray, Lazio, Napoli and Dortmund. Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
In April 2013, we're in the lowest league of the SPFL, getting beat 2-1 with Peterhead with a back four with young Mitchell, Farrow and Hegarty, who were just getting thrown at the Wolves. 2014, Big George Logan's favourite game ever. We get beat in the Ramsden Cup final by Wraith Rovers. And a few days later, we get beat with the D United in the Scottish Cup in the semi-final Ibrox. In 2015, the same April, we get beat 3-0 with Queen of the South in the Championships, where we stayed in it for an extra year. Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
And now, we're still the champions of Scotland. We're in the Scottish Cup final. We're in the semi-final of the Europa League. And it's just some achievement. Are we getting the credit we deserve for it in Scotland? No, we're no. But we've got to beat the drum and tell everybody, Andy, because we down south, you'll get more credit for it and you're getting up the road. Jaffa first. When you see that article, mate, take the time and read it. When you see it written down, it's staggering. Jaffa.
Totally, Ox. I didn't read the one in follow, but I know certainly there's a lot of online stuff, mainly publications and broadcasters down south that are picking up on the whole Rangers story. The amount of bloggers and vloggers that are coming to the matches and stuff like that has been unbelievable. But I mean, we've spoken about what the environment where we live and operate in Scotland, and the kind of undertone and the hatred. But let's not talk about that, because we're in a great place, and we only want to talk about all things Rangers. Ox, it is a staggering story. It is unbelievable when you name some of those teams off there that we've beaten, and we've beaten comfortably. And we've got the accolades in I mean, even Europe, the UEFA League Twitter account, all they keep doing is posting stuff about Rangers all the time. It's brilliant. I mean, and the goals last week, the performance, the noise of the stadium, the fans, everything that's going on at the club at the moment. It is an unbelievable story, and it should not go unnoticed. We really need to keep banging the drum about it. We have done phenomenal things, all of us. Collectively, all the fans, the players, the directors, the guys that run the show behind the scenes, everything, our whole club, we've put Glasgow Rangers back on the map the way it should be. It's competing for the best competitions in Europe and up there with the best, and long may it continue, I say.
Yeah, if we're not good at something, JFK, we should be good at beating drums, you know what I mean?
Oh, definitely. Banged a few drums in my time. Do you know my take on it is that I think, I'm not saying that the club don't care about the fans, but I think most of the media, good media, comes from places like ours here and Rangers Radio and other forums, who are always promoting the goodness of Rangers, and sometimes I think the club fall down in that. But the media are always out to get us. You know, I watched the highlight show of the Europa League last week, and they had West Ham, Leicester, and Liverpool or Man City doing a clean sweep in England for all the cups. You know, and we never got a mention. And Mutton was on the show, and you know, well, no, and these are the type of people who are sticking the knives into us all the time, and sometimes I don't think the club fights back enough. And I think, as I said before, it's us guys here, the common people we'll call ourselves, who are always follow and support the evermore. And I just don't think we get the credit. What I can say that there will be some sort of history, whoever between us and Leipzig gets to the cup final, because in 2012 Leipzig were also in Tier 4 of German football. Same year as us in 2012, so they've come through the ranks as well, remarkably. I know it's been a different journey for them because they were bought out, obviously, by the big company, but they've came through the ranks. But yeah, Oxford, I don't think we get the credit. That list of teams that you rhymed off there, my goodness, it's absolutely a wonderful array of teams that no, we just played, that we actually knocked them out, and we've not been given the credit. You know, and the people out there who hate Rangers are doing their damnedest to try and down us all the time. But we need to just keep our head up, as we always do, and just fight against it, because they're never going to give us any credit, Oxford. Never.
But when I seen that article, and I think they will make a movie about this, and obviously they'll be casting. I'm looking for the casting. And I'm looking for who's going to play Alex Kelly. And the best I can come up with is Benny at Crossroads.
No, Benny at Crossroads get more sense than him. What you said there, for 2012, really, although it's Glasgow Rangers and we know we're the biggest club in the world, it's Roy the Roller stuff, isn't it? Let's be honest with you. We'd no right to do from where we were to where we are now. We'd no right to do what we've done. See, down here, I tell my English friends down here that are into football now, they're all into Rangers. They went into my work this morning, and all the male teachers come up to me and went brilliant in the final, you know, and they're looking for that. I tell everybody that remotely cares about Rangers, listen to Rangers Radio, they'll tell you the true story. So as Jimmy said, there is other good platforms out there as well. But, you know, I mean, it's just fantastic. These teachers, I think one's a Charlton fan, one's a West Ham one. I keep giving him stick right enough, that guy right enough. He's going to get it if we get him in the final right enough. Yeah, take him in the back and give him a down right enough. But, we've got to, what we've done here is, if you look at it, I know we've had some angry times and we've had some bad times, but, come on. But there again, I don't expect anything less from Rangers. We were built on this kind of history, so... But yes, it's fantastic to see where they are. But like I said, it features all down here, the guys that they show more respect to Rangers down here than what we get back up there. I mean, at the end of the day, there'd be no coefficient for Scottish football. Scottish football would nothing if Rangers hadn't done what they've done the last 4 years. And that's the kind of annoying thing, isn't it? We know that we've got a part with us all up the road, and it's wrong, really, isn't it?
Aye.
It's sort of do with dignity, Oxy. I mean, not so much with Andy down there, but I mean, he obviously he's got as a hardcore Rangers fans, but up here with yourself, when you were up here and Jaffa and that, I mean, a lot of the Rangers fans since 2012, the dignity that we went to the games with. No, we didn't start throwing sharks and all that at fencing, and we knew where we were, and we always said that we would get back, and it took longer than we thought, but we did get back. But we're never going to get the credit again. And I mean, the teams that you read out there is absolutely fantastic, and we're not just talking about Diddy teams. We're talking about some world class European teams, and we played them off the park, and we defeated them, and nobody's giving us any credit for it. Same as no credit for Sunday. Blaming the referee and they were poor and all that. They're never going. All they want to do is what they want to do is they want to make false negatives against us. But the smoke bombs and the singing and all that. But did that not happen to the other side? And that's a horrible aspect of what they're trying to do is. And we need to keep fighting that, Oxia. And as we keep let's keep banging the drums. Bang the drums loud.
Aye, well, again, I'll say, a good article. I don't know who wrote it. Maybe see if it's there. It tells you who wrote it. It was wrote by a boy called Govern Front on Follow. If you've got a couple of minutes, it's not a long article, but when you see it written down, it's impressive, and fair play to the boy for taking the time.
Yeah.
To put that together. I know some of these things have been put all over Twitter and that, Jaffa, but when I seen it laid out like that, I thought, wow.
Great article. Yeah, great article.
Teams I'd forgot about, Galatasaray last year, we knocked the Legia Warsaw, they were a good side,
Interrupting, apologies. I was just going to say the other thing, being away in Braga a few weeks ago there, and the support that we took, our club, 7, 8, 9, I don't know how many was there, Ox. There was probably a good few thousand there didn't have tickets. And the high majority were welcomed into the city of Braga, both Porto travelling, Rangers fans everywhere. There was a lot of the young guys there, which was great because we all done that. We've all been those young guys when we've travelled through Europe watching our team, and it's a great experience going with your pals and getting drunk and having beers and sitting in cafes and standing in squares and all the rest of it with your flags up. It's brilliant, and we all walked down to the stadium. And on it, there was a few people drunk. Of course, that's what you do when you're away on football trips. But the 99% of them were immaculately behaved. The locals are out talking to you. Portuguese locals chatting about you. They're bringing their dogs up to the window to get clapped at the window, and they're all out seeing all these mad Rangers fans. Brilliant singing their songs. It's brilliant, Ox. It's really brilliant, and long may that continue. I know we're into Leipzig in a couple of weeks' time, and we'll see where the journey takes us thereafter. Just
so you know how important this run will be, I mean, we don't know if it's exact. If there is 50,000 at the game on against, I forgot, Leipzig, roughly 50,000. That'll take us to about approximately 425,000 people who've attended European nights at Ibrox this season.
Yeah.
And the revenue, the money for that is just that's nearly half a billion people, no?
Yeah, well, that's the thing with Rangers, though. If you go right through the history, there's thousands of us, and we'll always be there. That's the one thing that's present long after we've gone. Them Rangers support that coming behind us, they will do the same. You know, they get it like we do, and absolutely staggering. It's great to see what you go back to 2012. Did any of us think we'd see European nights this quickly?
No, like this. If I've been honest, Andy. If I've been honest, no.
And if we win it, like you said, keep dreaming, and if we do go on to win it, they'll actually be seeing Champions League nights, won't they? You know, so we can but dream. Get that Champions League music on again. It's the way we lifted the stands off of that place on Thursday night, and then the one at Hampden there. That makes you proud. More than anything, makes me proud to see all the Bears like that, really enjoying themselves, and every one of us getting it. You know, that's what it's all about, isn't it? We know where we've been, and you know, at the end of the day, you weren't going anywhere. Jimmy wasn't. Jaffer, everybody, all the fans, we weren't going anywhere. We just batted the hatches down and said, right, we'll come back and we'll get stronger. And we're still on that process at the moment. We're not by no means there, but by God, we'll get there. Don't worry about that. That great no surrender spirit that we've got will take us to where we need to be. I've got no doubts about that. I hope that happens before my time, and I'm pretty sure it will.
Here, mate.
Aye. Great story. It's factual, Jaffa, and we'll see where it takes us. And there's a lot of people need to be given credit, and Andy's right, the fans. But we made mistakes. People get things wrong. The board get things wrong. We sign the wrong players. He's not good enough. He doesn't work out. We shouldn't have signed him. But even if you're in a good place, that happens, doesn't it?
Yeah, absolutely, mate. Yep. That's running football clubs. Players come and go. We've said that. You know, we fall in love with them. They're heroes. You know, cult heroes. Calvin Bassey, young guys. You know, he's grown up. He's probably wondering what it's all about. You know, the kind of attention he probably gets. He probably can't get out of his house. Conor Golson getting accosted in the sitting in shopping centres for Kenny, for Paisley, or, you know, try to talk to him while he's eating his sushi.
I'm here that Conor Golson went in the day and asked for a transfer immediately to get away from Kenny, you know what I mean?
So, listen, our club's massive, and I think that's the point that we're trying to, we know it's massive. We've all experienced it. I love seeing that the other week there, just seeing all the young guys getting a flavour of travelling through Europe, and I know they're on this journey. And there's thousands of us from every airport across the country, and long may it continue. We're a massive institution, Ox, and it's great. It's great having these chats about it, and there's all, you know, waxing lyrical about it, because that's what being a Rangers supporter is all about, and winning things and getting success. And what we're doing at this moment in time is brilliant this season, and you know, long may it continue, mate. Long may it continue.
You see,
we're not a massive institution. We're the only institution.
Yeah, definitely.
That's it. Yeah.
The generation now, I mean, my boys are only 24 and 28, and you know, they've not seen European success like this. Since 2012. We got. I mean that's a long time ago in any terms. No, they were only bairns.
But if you think about it, Jimmy, if you really think about it, if you're really honest, right, we went for 72, and then it was 6 years, 78 before we did any success. And then you then had to go 10 years later with the still the rest, and then after that, it was Walter's team in 92, 93.
Yep.
And from 92 to 93, if we're really honest, it was 2008 before we were even.
Aye, but the point I'm making is that for 2012, it's been the Brecons and Cowdenbeaths and Alloa Athletic and Peterheads and all that. Whereas we were still going to play the Smellies and still going to Pittodrie and things like that. It was good away days. And I'm not saying the away days stood in front of the big hedge at Brecon. I'm not saying they weren't good, because they were. Because you were going to see your team, but the journey that the young team have been on now, and to some extent a lot of us older ones as well. I didn't travel as much since 2012, but I travelled enough to realise that this was a journey that was going to be hard, and it's good to see the fruition for it now. And you know, my two boys, I've not decided yet once we get to the final if I'm going to be there, but I probably will try and get it. But I know my two boys have made a lot of inquiries about going to Leipzig and hopefully go to Seville. So it's good for them. It's good for the generation that's seen the dark ages. But I mean, we've been through dark ages before, Oxshire.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And when the Smellies done the 9 and we won the cup in '72, but we never won it. No, what else did we win in the years going by? You're right, Oxshire. But since 2012, it's been hard, and a lot of people wanted us to be there. And I don't think they like where we are now. And as Andy said, we are the established club. There isn't another.
That's one of the theories I've got, and bizarrely, that I've nothing to back this up. That why the rest of them have started falling off it's not off a dike, but no turning up to watch their own teams, all these gruns in Scotland, because things have went back to normal. They've never thought it was going to happen, and have just disappeared, these supporters. But anyway, we digress, Andy. We digress.
Yeah, well, they never turned up on the sell-out Saturdays anyway, did they, from the start? Like, they changed the telly deal so that they could get some money off of us, right enough. Yeah, come on. I mean, we all know what they're about. You know what really hates them? We ought to keep it the Gainers. They really thought they killed us. They really thought we were going to go away. Now, as I've said to you before, why you would actually feel like that, when at the end of the day, you don't bite the hand that feeds. But they seem to want to do that in Scotland. But we're not bothered. We don't need them. We'll come back in our own steam. And then that day will be greater than anything we've had up to now or anything that's coming forward. We stand really on top of the pile, sort these buggers out properly. And we will do. Then we'll load it up. Hatred kills you in the end, doesn't it? And that's what they're all about.
Correct. Yep. Correct.
And good. Here, mate.
I've just had a text, Andy. If you do go to Seville Ops, can you get Andy a donkey, because that'll do him the right.
I go with my pink hat. Will it? I put a black one on Saturday. Left the Knox. I put a black one on Saturday night. Went out with the family. The buggers changed it to green. Says, "Well, you wearing the green hat now?" Oh man, I tell you. Dear, but no, listen. We're in a good place, Let's say, I says to Shugs, if we get the 2 European games out of the road, semi-final, we go to cup final, then the final. It's roughly about 8 or 9 games. If we get a dream and it comes off. Now, winning 8 or 9 games, winning 9 games is not beyond the point. Not impossible, is it? We can do that. We can string that together, and that's what we've got to keep believing on. Keep playing as you're going to do in the league. Keep just going. Playing, keep the consistency up, and you never know. See what happens.
Aye.
It's 50 years, isn't it? Strange things happen in football.
50th anniversary, 50th years. There's always a story about the boy winning the Grand National in his last race. There's always a story, Jaffa, in sport, isn't there?
There is indeed. It's got a funny way of, kind of acting itself out in that, and dates and things are lining themselves up. So, listen, you've got to be in it, as Jimmy said at the start. You've got to be in it to win it, and we're in it.
Yep.
Yeah. We've been joined by Bob here. Evening, Bob here.
Evening, everyone. How are we doing tonight?
All right, Bob here.
I just got the show there, and I hear you talking about days gone by, about 2012, etc. I can remember all the bad times and the good times. I remember when I was just a boy, I had to suffer going through Stevens 9 in a row, and we won a European trophy halfway through that, by the way. And I've seen really good Rangers teams nowhere in the league. But we stuck by it all the days. And then what happened in 2012, the lowest point for me was that night that we got beat up the road for me at Alloa. That was the lowest point. I said, it can't get any lower than this. Can't get any lower than this. That was the night that pitch up there tore Lewis McLeod's knee a bit, by now. And I says, it's got to get better. And now look at us. In a European semi-final, a Scottish Cup final. And didn't get up on this league just quite yet, guys. So what a transformation! But let's get bigger, let's get better, let's get stronger, and stay and put Rangers exactly where they belong, at the top. Let's hope it's maintained, and I think it will be.
That's definitely a green hat, Andy.
It's definitely a green hat.
It looks green to me.
Aye.
Green to me.
I got the granddaughter to put it in black and white, so it ended up black. Don't worry about that.
Well, we with the picture, mate. It's definitely green, mate.
It's no green, I'm telling you. Never wore green in my life. Pink, yes. Green, no.
Anyway, but Bob Chair, look, it's been remarkable, and it's been sore. It's been sore at times. I mean, that game we were 2-0 up with 20 minutes to go, you know, and we lost and ridiculed, and the guys got to the game coming away angry. I remember trying to on here 2014, Big Georgie Logan, who just so passionate, you know, arguing with players and all that, felt let down, and guys playing for our club that we maybe gained us everything they had, but we knew they weren't good enough, and it was a slow and long progress. And had the people predicted? I think it was the boy Murray who said it would take minimum 7 years, and that was for 2015. God, Jaffer, he was pretty spot on, wasn't he?
He was. It's amazing how things like that, people can see stuff like that. That always fascinates me, how certain guys and girls, they say things and you're like, wait, where are you getting that from? And then as the time goes past, you look at it and you go, well, that's bang on the money. You know, when you've got the knowledge and you know what you're talking about. But what a great place we're in at the moment. And I mean, I remember all that. I'm not going to lie to you. I couldn't get out of the house sometimes. The pain was that bad. I couldn't get out of my bed in the morning. That's what it's like being a Ranger, isn't it? Being a Ranger supporter. You know, we will get it in different levels, and some of those teams that we were playing, that wasn't the same Rangers that I knew, if you know what I mean, where we had been. But you know, I love the club and I love where we are at this moment in time, and that's why I want to try and take in as much as I possibly can and just sap it all up and enjoy with the journey that we're on at this moment in time, lads.
Did Dalek get it right, Jimmy, when he says let them take their kicks now because we'll be back?
Of course he did. That was a great statement to make, you know. That was quite apt. Yeah, we're back, and they don't like it, and no, they're still going to keep trying to kick us down. They did look. It's all right saying that, you know, how would they have survived, you know, without our Rangers, but they weren't bothered. They just wanted to see a demise of Rangers. You know, if they could have got us expelled altogether, they'd have been down that road, and they're not happy with what's happening. Yes, they might win this league this season, but come next season, if we can win these two other trophies, then we're well and truly back. And they don't like that one little bit, because it doesn't put them. The propaganda machine that they've been running since 2012 is slowing down now, and we know we can't talk about certain things because of different other things that are happening. But when that comes to fruition next year, then we will soon see who is a club with the dignity, and it certainly isn't them.
I've said it before and I'll say it again. I wouldn't swap their history for our history in a million years.
Yeah. Correct.
What happened to them when the world was fighting Nazis, where they put their hat, who they hung their hat to.
Yep.
And look what they've done in their recent history for nearly 50 years, what they've covered up, and the people they've affected, and they can't even handle that, right? So, a few games of football in lower leagues, nothing. Rather poor history every day of the week. Jaffa, don't expect you to comment on that. That's just my personal thoughts, Jaffa.
Yes, no. I know we all talk privately, Ox, and I know you and me have. So it'll all come out in the washing. It'll all come out.
Mm-hmm. Well, gentlemen, we've reached that time of the evening. Bob, thanks for the fleeting visit. Always a pleasure, mate.
Hey, not a problem, Paul. Not a problem. You're absolutely spot on, by the way. You know, absolutely spot on. I can't wait either. You know,
Bob, you're a mature member of Rangers Radio, mate.
Yes.
This European thing, are you feeling it? Are you feeling it? Are you going to sing that song with your tribute band? Do you feel it? Are you getting excited about the semi-final?
Excited. Oh, I can remember way back to the very, very first European Cup Winners' Cup final against Fiorentina, all these years ago. The one against Bayern in '67, the one that we won in '72. What a feeling that was! What a feeling that was! I was staggering about the Station Hotel in Alloa, making a right Jeremy Hunt of myself that night, and I didn't care. And I remember all the excitement of being at the top of European tournaments, and it's great. And here we are again. And I really sincerely hope that my team can go the last hurdle and get into the final. Then we'll see where it takes us. So yes, totally excited. It's great to be a Rangers fan. It always was, and it always will be.
Yeah. He's right. Andy, yeah?
Oh, he's spot on, right enough. The European Cup in '72. Well, that was some feeling, right enough. Being down in England, loading it up all of them. Right, that was fantastic. And again, as Bob just said, let's see if we can get there. And then anything can happen. Anything can happen. But I'm just proud to be part of this show and part of the old Rangers family, and we all get it. And sometimes, we hoped, didn't we, to retain the league. Don't look like we're going to happen, but no gain it in. But sometimes, from where we've got now, maybe a wee step back to come forth again next season. We'll see what happens. We'll get our team sorted. He gets settled in, and we get it on again. We'll be back. No problem.
Well said, mate. Well said. Well, Jaffa, what about you for your last words of the evening?
Aye, thanks. Great show, Ox. And thoroughly enjoyed it. It's what I thought we would be chatting about tonight, and the build-up to obviously the big games that are coming up.
Do you know, JFK, we never even get into VAR.
No, there you go. No, never did.
No.
We did, aye. Never did, aye.
Aye, great, Ox. Just delighted for the result of the weekend. I thought, to a man, brilliant team performance. And I thought you guys covered the game great, the before shows and after, got the mood of the fan base. Thought it was brilliant, and we've got loads to talk about. Thanks for having me on, mate. Always a pleasure.
KFK.
Yep, nice to be back on. He's just starting to clear a wee bit after the weekend result, so it was a pleasure to be back on. Thanks for getting me back on again. I just like to say, just as the immortal words of my good friend Bridge, keep it going for the Rangers, because the Rangers do need us, and it's always follow.
Yeah. Well said. Aye, listen, thanks to Dougie who phoned in. That was a lovely call. Dougie, first time caller, good to hear from him. And of course, two of our regulars, but always welcome, Andy for Leeds and Bob J, two of life's gentlemen. And thanks to JFK and Jaffa for doing the show. Fox and Old School Blue for doing the technicals, everybody for listening. We'll be back tomorrow night when Linda will join us along with the one and only Bridge. Thanks for listening, stay safe, and remember, we are the people.
We are the Rangers FC. We are the people, you better believe. We are together, we're doing the fancy all over the world. We had our troubles, but now they are gone. They tried to kill us, but the Bears we stood strong. We are together, doing the fancy all over the world. Lucia Vibrants for lives are free. Follow, and God save the Queen. You'll hear us singing, doing the fancy all over the world. In Barcelona in '72, we beat the Russians, but 3 goals to 2. Still celebrating, doing the fancy all over the world. Glasgow Rangers, back where we belong. Lucia Vibrants, and we're still going strong. We wear our colours, the red, white and blue. We wear them proudly like blue noses do. We are together, doing the fancy all over the world. pride of Scotland, but that's nothing new. The pride of Glasgow, and Glasgow is blue. We are together doing the bouncy all over the world. To be a blue nose that fills us with pride. We are united, we'll never divide. We are together doing the bouncy all over the world. Doing the bouncy all over the world. Doing the bouncy all over the world.